This is CBS 6 News. Right now in Troy, a $10 million closely guarded secret is being revealed with fanfare. St. Peter's Health Partners is holding a press conference to introduce its very generous benefactor. This video taken at Samaritan Hospital, where a new 5-story patient pavilion and parking garage will be built. The man you see here is 95-year-old Heinrich Medicus. The former RPI professor had originally given the $10 million anonymously, but was encouraged to come forward. And today, he's on hand for the groundbreaking. We'll have more video, and we'll hear from Medicus tonight at 5.
From WNYT, Albany, in HD. News Channel 13, live at noon, begins right now.
Our top story, big changes have been announced to reshape hospitals in Troy. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. I'm Sabrina Dami. A groundbreaking ceremony is taking place right now on the Troy Master Facilities Plan. The plan was first announced 2 years ago after the merger was completed between St. Peter's, Seton, and Northeast Health. The $99 million project will renovate inpatient facilities on Samaritan's campus, and that includes a 550-car parking garage. Also, all outpatient services on the St. Mary's campus will be expanded.
This plan will transform the face of healthcare in our community, not only in Troy, but in Rensselaer and the surrounding communities.
To be able to now say that we're taking it from good to great, if you will, is another asset that we can talk about with our community leaders, with our businesses, with our families, to say, yes, this is a great place to be because we have such a wonderful asset here.
Future that is bright.
Last year, an anonymous donor pledged a $10 million gift towards this project, and we're learning more about that man today. He is 95 years old. His name is Heinrich Medicus. He lives at Edie's Independent Senior Living Community, and we'll hear from him in our evening newscasts.
This is News Radio 810 and 1031 WGY AM Schenectady, WGY FM Albany, the Capital Region's news, traffic, and weather station.
Huge gift from an anonymous donor, his identity revealed. And I'm Jim Gagliardi. News Radio 810 1031 WGY. Top stories, traffic, and weather. A year ago, St. Peter's announced a $10 million donation from an anonymous donor. Today, he officially came forward.
He is no longer anonymous. His name is Heinrich Medicus.
St. Peter's President and CEO James Reed introducing the 95-year-old immigrant who inherited some wealth and built even more. Former professor at RPI, Heinrich Medicus, said he hopes his move inspires others as St. Peter's launches another project in Troy. The generous donation gift will be used on a new 5-story patient pavilion and parking garage at Samaritan Hospital on Burdett Avenue in Troy. That's right across the street from where Medicus lives in a retirement community.
And a Troy hospital making big renovations with a $99 million plan.
Dedicated, determined, dependable. This is News 10 ABC at 4.
Coming soon, a major upgrade to both of Troy's hospitals. St. Peter's Health Partners and city officials gathering today to announce and break ground on a $99 million revitalization effort. News 10 ABC's Josh Rotenberg joins us live at the site of today's groundbreaking with the details. Josh?
Good afternoon, Lydia. A master facilities plan. That's what St. Peter's Health Partners says it's calling its latest step to try and transform healthcare here in the Collar City. St. Peter's Health Partners broke ground today for its $99 million Troy Master Facilities Plan. Hospital executives and public officials donning hard hats and with shovels started digging where a 550-car parking garage will be built on Samaritan Hospital campus. The group says the redevelopment project is aimed at transforming the face of healthcare in Troy, Rensselaer County, and the surrounding communities.
Partners made that promise that we were going to not only sustain but grow acute care here in Troy and Rensselaer County, and you don't know how good it feels to be up here delivering on that promise.
Reed also says they are targeting 2017 as for the completion date of the construction, renovation, and modernization of inpatient facilities on Samaritan's campus and the relocation, expansion, and enhancement of all outpatient services on the St. Mary's campus. And coming up on News 10 ABC at 5, we'll let you know what other construction plans St. Peter's has for this master plan. Live in Troy, Josh Roltenberg for News 10 ABC.
Thank you so much, Josh.
This is CBS 6 News.
Well, a local millionaire giving away part of his fortune.
Who he just gave $10 million to and why he says time is running out to give the rest of it away. Well, a former professor at RPI and heir to a cotton fortune from Switzerland is donating $10 million to St. Peter's Health Partners.
It is a fascinating story.
Yeah.
It is the story of Heinrich Medicus. He grew up in a castle overseas. That's since been donated to the Swiss government. His wife passed away a few years back, and he's going to turn 96 in December. And with no children or relatives, Medicus says he needed to start giving some of that money away. He wanted to stay anonymous with this big donation, but after some thought, he decided he would go public. Medicus lives in a retirement community across from Samaritan Hospital in Troy and says he's just happy to help out his local community.
59 years ago, I came to Troy and I'm still here. Why? I still remember.
You gotta love them. You gotta love them. The money will be used on a new 5-story pavilion and parking garage at Samaritan Hospital, and you can bet that St. Peter's Health certainly loves him because that's the biggest donation they've ever had.
It's a great gift.
It absolutely.
Dedicated, determined, dependable. This is News 10 ABC at 5.
Plus, a major upgrade to both of Troy's hospitals. We'll tell you about the $99 million revitalization effort.
Coming soon, a major upgrade to both of Troy's hospitals. St. Peter's Health Partners and city officials gathering today to break ground on a $99 million revitalization effort. News 10 ABC's Josh Roltenberg joins us live at the site of today's groundbreaking with those details. Josh.
Good evening, Elisa. A master facilities plan. It sounds kind of evil, but it's anything but. It's actually St. Peter's Health Partners' attempt to try and transform healthcare here in the Collar City.
Partners made that promise that we were going to not only sustain but grow acute care here in Troy and Rensselaer County. And you don't know how good it feels to be up here delivering on that promise.
St. Peter's Health Partners broke ground today for its $99 million Troy Master Facilities Plan. Hospital executives and public officials, donning hard hats and with shovels, started digging where a 550-car parking garage will be built on Samaritan Hospital campus. The group says the redevelopment project is aimed at transforming the face of healthcare in Troy, Rensselaer County, and the surrounding communities.
This is certainly the start of something special, yet at the same time the culmination of so much work that has come to bear to get us to this date.
Some highlights of the plan include a new 5-story inpatient pavilion equipped with an expanded emergency department and ICU at Samaritan and an outpatient oncology facility and nursing school at St. Mary's.
It's a great day in Troy. $99 million project is a commitment. We know they're going to be here. Not only does St. Peter's Partners mean high quality of health care, but it means jobs, people's livelihoods, and a greater quality of life.
And St. Peter's is targeting 2017 for completion of both sites. And coming up on News 10 ABC at 6, we're going to introduce you to the man who anonymously gave $10 million of his own dollars to this project and why he did so. Live in Troy, Josh Roltenberg for News 10 ABC.
Thank you so much, Josh.
From WNYT, Albany, in HD. News Channel 13, live at 5, begins right now.
On the same day when St. Peter's Health Partners broke ground on a new $99 million master health care facility in Troy, they also identified the local mystery man who donated a large portion of his family fortune so the project could get off the ground. Dan Levy, live in the newsroom. He's got the story. Hi, Dan.
Hi there, Benita. You can call him the millionaire next door. 95-year-old Heinrich Medicus, a retired RPI physics professor who lives in an assisted living facility literally right across the street from Samaritan Samaritan Hospital, was unmasked today as the man who gave $10 million so that his adopted city could boast a world-class healthcare facility.
59 years ago, I came to Troy and I'm still here.
One of the first things 95-year-old Heinrich Medicus says he learned when he came to this country was that Americans love to volunteer, and they are generous. He's never forgotten it. That's why he's donating $10 million of his inherited family fortune to St. Peter's Health Partners, the largest gift ever bestowed on a healthcare institution in Rensselaer County history.
Healthcare today, because of federal budget cuts and state budget cuts, we really rely on charitable giving. And people like Heinrich are the reason that our hospitals are able to survive and continue to meet the needs of the community.
The gift will be used on a new 5-story patient pavilion and 550-car parking garage at Samaritan Hospital, part of a $99 million Troy master facilities plan that's billed as a bold vision that figures to transform the face of health care in the entire capital region.
And this is an amazingly special gift. It comes along probably once in a lifetime for an institution like ours, and it's a treasured moment for us because we wouldn't be able to make progress without this kickstart.
Troy is a friendly city, and it's still a friendly city. That's why I'm still here.
Even though Heinrich's name will be placed on the side of the new building, that wasn't the motivating factor, he says. He wants to see a grand hospital in the city he's grown to love, and he'd also like to see his gift serve as the impetus for others to give, which already seems to be working.
As soon as people saw someone like Heinrich coming forward, created momentum that people just wanted to be a part of it.
Well, thanks to Heinrich's gift, along with a $1 million pledge from Stewart's Shops, St. Peter's Health Partners has already raised $17 million out of their targeted $25 million first phase goal. Coming up at 6 o'clock, find out why Heinrich is in the Guinness Book of World Records, and also find out why his late wife is considered a Capital Region pioneer. Live in the newsroom, Dan Levy, News Channel 13. Benita, or both guys.
All right, thanks very much, Dan. And clearly a gorgeous day to announce such great news for the hospital.
Dedicated, determined, dependable. This is News 10 ABC at 5:30.
Upgrade. St. Peter's Health Partners announcing a $99 million master's facility plan to transform health care in the Collar City. The project includes a new 5-story inpatient pavilion and expanded emergency department and ICU at Samaritan and a nursing school over at St. Mary's, not far away. They hope to be done with both by 2017.
Dedicated, determined, dependable. This is News 10 ABC at 6.
Well, big doings in Troy now. At today's groundbreaking ceremony, St. Peter's Health Partners revealed the identity of an anonymous donor who pledged $10 million toward a $99 million master facilities plan. News 10 ABC's Josh Rotenberg introduced us to the man who helped get the ball rolling for a big project. Josh.
Good evening, John. Have you ever wondered what you might do if you have inherited a large sum of money? Maybe buy a car, maybe buy a house, maybe buy 5 of them. Let me just tell you this. Heinrich Medicus, he fell into some money, if you will, but instead of spending it, he's giving it back.
59 years ago, I came to Troy and I'm still here.
Heinrich Medicus is a 95-year-old man who's been a Troy resident since first arriving in America via Switzerland in the 1950s. And Medicus, who's had a vested interest in the Collar City from the beginning, is the one responsible for financially jumpstarting St. Peter's master financial plan to transform healthcare in Troy.
Thank you for having the faith in us that we will fulfill your dreams for the community, and thank you for your commitment to a healthy future and a healthy Troy.
But this isn't the first gift Heinrich has given to St. Peter's. In 2010, when Samaritan was in need of money to buy a robotic-assisted operating system, Medicus was there to help. And this time around, he sees another glaring hole.
It's only 60%, I think, are used for the real purpose, and 40% for administration and fundraising.
Heinrich, a former RPI professor for over 3 decades, inherited his German uncle's fortune. But one thing he's proudest of is the fact he's never changed his lifestyle after receiving the money.
I could have gone immediately to trade in my Dodge for a Cadillac. and change my life.
And for his generosity, St. Peter's will now call its new inpatient building the Heinrich Medicus Pavilion, set to be completed in 2017.
It was a quite nice thing, but not the important thing.
Now, you may be wondering why Heinrich cares so much about this project or why he's living in Troy if he has all this money. Not to say that Troy is a bad place to live, but his reason, he says he wants to see Troy prosper and that it's a friendly city. Live in Troy, Josh Rottenberg for News 10 ABC.
That it is. Thank you so much, Josh.
From WNYT, Albany, in HD. News Channel 13, live at 6, begins right now.
The only successful hospitals and health systems are those that are successful at philanthropy.
Tonight's top story, a gift from across the street.
A local man's generosity is literally just what the doctor ordered. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Jim Cambridge.
And I'm Benita Zahn. You can call him the $10 million man. The people at St. Peter's Health Partners call him a godsend.
Up until today, Dr. Heinrich Medicus was happy to remain cloaked in philanthropic secrecy, if you will, unnamed and anonymous. But now he's hoping that the public limelight will inspire others into the spirit of charitable giving. Dan Levy joins us now with our top story. Good evening, Dan.
Good evening, Jim and Benita. Heinrich Medicus is literally the millionaire next door. He lives in an assisted living facility directly across the street from Samaritan Hospital in Troy. And after that hospital treated him and his late wife with kindness and care, he wanted to do something nice in return.
It's a great day in Troy.
This symbolic groundbreaking in a Troy parking lot is just the beginning of a strategic redevelopment project that figures to transform the face of healthcare throughout the capital region.
We've been able to consolidate services on an inpatient as well as an outpatient basis.
Norman Dasher is CEO of St. Peter's Health Partners, which is now moving forward with its new $99 million Troy Master Facilities Plan at the Samaritan Hospital site, complete with a 5-story patient pavilion and a 550-car parking garage, but also this name on the side of the building, Heinrich Medicus.
It was a quite nice thing, but not the important thing.
At the age of 95, Medicus, a retired RPI physics professor, was happy to give away $10 million of his inherited family fortune to prime the pump, so to speak, and to perhaps inspire others to donate as well, so that his adopted hometown can have a world-class medical facility. That spirit of generosity seems to be spreading.
The Dake Family and Stewart Shops is committing a $1 million gift to this campaign.
As it turns out, Heinrich Medicus has begun a philanthropic epidemic that is just what the doctor ordered.
And this is an amazingly special gift. It comes along probably once in a lifetime for an institution like ours, and it's a treasured moment for us because we wouldn't be able to make progress without this kickstart.
If it wasn't for philanthropy, hospitals would have a very, very difficult time making it. People like Heinrich ensure our future.
Heinrich Medicus also happens to be listed in the Guinness Book of World Records. What for, you may ask? Well, back about 18 years ago, he happened to pop a champagne cork 177 feet. That's a world record. His late wife, Hildegard Medicus, who died in 2008, was the first female dentist in the capital region. That master facility, by the way, is scheduled to open in 2017. Live in the newsroom, Dan Levy, News Channel 13. Jim?
Thanks, Dan.
A 95-year-old Troy resident donating $10 million towards St. Peter's Health Partners. The donation going to help a project that will provide upgrades at both Samaritan and St. Mary's Hospital. This is the largest private donation given to a healthcare institution in Rensselaer County.
It is the largest private donation ever given to a healthcare institution in Rensselaer County history, $10 million. And it comes from a 95-year-old Troy resident. Heinrich Medicus was introduced Tuesday as the man behind the generous gift. His money is going toward St. Peter's Health Partners' $99 million Troy Master Facilities Plan. That project will include upgrading inpatient facilities at Samaritan Hospital and relocating outpatient services at St. Mary's Hospital. And while they still have a lot more money to raise, hospital officials say Medicus's donation is an incredible start.
He just created momentum that'll easily carry us to the campaign goal. And he's inspired people. And you could just see the way people were looking at him today People are inspired by his generosity and by people like him.
Part of the project includes building a 5-story pavilion, which will be named in Medicus' honor upon its completion, which is expected in 2017.
This is CBS 6 News.
A former professor at RPI and heir to a cotton fortune from Switzerland is donating $10 million to St. Peter's Health Partners. Heinrich Medicus, there he is on the right, grew up in a castle overseas. That castle has since been donated to the Swiss government. His wife passed away a few years back. He's going to turn 96 in December. And with no children or relatives, Medicus says that he needed to start giving away some of that money that they had. He wanted to stay anonymous, but after some thought, he decided to go public with the donation. Medicus lives in a retirement community that is across from Samaritan Hospital in Troy and says that he is happy to help his local community.
59 years ago, I came to Troy and I'm still here. Troy is a friendly city. And it's still a friendly city. That's why I'm still here. And I'm not gone.
You know, the city is still happy to have him around. His generous donation will be used on a new 5-story pavilion and parking garage to be built there at Samaritan Hospital.
A 95-year-old Troy man makes the donation of a lifetime to help fund improvements at 2 local hospitals. Our Emily DeFisciani has the story.
Residents of the community will be able to receive all of their inpatient services in one location and a more convenient location, more accessible for outpatient services.
Samaritan and St. Mary's hospitals will soon be getting some much-needed upgrades.
For example, the emergency room will be twice the size that our current emergency room is, because right now we don't have enough room for all the patients.
It's going to take $99 million for St. Peter's Health Partners to complete their Troy Master Facilities Plan. That's where 95-year-old Heinrich Medicus, who lives across the street from Samaritan, comes into this story.
My wife and I, we both know the Samaritan Hospital, the inside and out, inside more than we wanted her.
Medicus came to the United States from Switzerland in 1950.
59 years ago, I came to Troy and I'm still here.
He's got quite the story. A former RPI professor, he holds the Guinness World Record for, of all things, making a champagne cork fly 177 feet in the air. But it's what he did when he became heir to a considerable family fortune that will be his legacy.
Certainly all this wealth, I could have gone immediately to trade in my Dodge for a Cadillac.
Instead, though, Medicus and his late wife became philanthropists.
He just created momentum that'll easily carry us to the campaign goal, and he's inspired people.
Medicus donated $10 million of his personal wealth to help the hospital's project along.
It's the largest single private donation in the history of either Samaritan or St. Mary's.
Recognition for the donation was the last thing Medicus was looking for, originally choosing to remain anonymous. But after some urging from friends, he changed his mind and showed up to the groundbreaking Tuesday in the hopes of motivating others to give as well.
He loves the community. He's involved with the community. He's out and around. He interacts a great deal with all of us, and he loves Troy, and we're very lucky to have him in our community.
In Troy, Emily DeFisciani, Time Warner Cable News.
And part of the project includes building a 5-story pavilion, which will be named in Medicus' honor upon its completion, which is expected in 2017.
Now, on WNYA, My 4 in HD. This is News Channel 13, live at 10.
St. Peter's Health Partners breaks ground on a new master healthcare facility in Troy and identifies the mystery man who donated part of his fortune to get the project off the ground. 95-year-old Heinrich Medicus, a retired RPI physics professor, gave $10 million to the project. It'll be used on a 5-story patient pavilion and parking garage at Samaritan Hospital.
And this is an amazingly special gift. It comes along probably once in a lifetime for an institution like ours, and it's a treasured moment for us because we wouldn't be able to make progress without this kickstart.
Dr. Medicus says that he wants to see a grand hospital in the city that he's grown to love, and he hopes his actions will inspire others to give as well.
Dedicated, determined, dependable. This is News 10 ABC at 10 on Fox 23.
The hospital's in Troy today breaking ground on a major revitalization effort, a $99 million master facilities plan. The goal here, transform the face of healthcare in Troy and the surrounding communities. Some highlights: a new 5-story inpatient pavilion equipped with an expanded emergency department and intensive care unit at Samaritan. Also an outpatient oncology facility and nursing school across the way there at St. Mary's.
This is certainly the start of something special, yet at the same time the culmination of so much work that has come to bear to get us to this date.
St. Peter's Health Partners plans on having revitalization projects on both sites completed by the year 2017.
From WNYT, Albany, in HD. News Channel 13, live at 11, begins right now.
A man's generosity is literally just what the doctor ordered. Heinrich Medicus is donating $10 million of his inherited family fortune to St. Peter's Health Partners. The 95-year-old's gift will go toward a $99 million facility in Troy. It's being billed as a bold vision that will transform the face of healthcare in the entire capital region. Medicus' name will be placed on the side of the new building as a way to honor the largest donation ever made to a healthcare institution in Rensselaer County.
And this is an amazingly special gift. It comes along probably once in a lifetime for an institution like ours, and it's a treasured moment for us because we wouldn't be able to make progress without this kickstart.
The master facility, as it's called, is scheduled to open in 2017.